Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Infinity and this is Magnetize Yourself, where we talk about life, love, spirituality, and of course the law of attraction. So in today's video, I am doing a mini reading. So this is not a general collective reading. This is a video meant to reach a certain group of individuals who will resonate with something here that we're going to be discussing. And so if you felt drawn to the title or the thumbnail of this video, I don't believe in coincidences or accidents. So there very well could be some kind of message that you need to hear through this video. And if that is the case, then I am setting the intention for that message to reach you. With that being said, if you would like to increase the chances of me being able to pick up on your energy and channel more clearly for you, double check that you are subscribed to this channel, because by subscribing, you are energetically tuning yourself into our beautiful growing collective here. And this does allow me to more easily pick up on the energy of your situation. So right away, I'm getting a feminine and two masculine energies involved here. I feel that in most cases, it is the feminine who is listening to this reading, dealing with two masculines here, Angel of Love in the upright position. So these are definitely romantic situations. Both of these situations are romantic. However, I get the feeling that I was going to say there is at least one very unconditionally loving situation, but the thing is, I feel that both of these masculines actually have a lot of love for this feminine. I feel that the love I just keep hearing it's unconditional in both cases, but somehow it's different coming from one than from the other. Less practical. I'm hearing that the love is unconditional from both masculines, but in the case of one masculine, the love is less practical, less tangible in the physical 3D world in some way. And from the other masculine, this feels like more of a real-time supportive kind of love. Now, this is random, but I saw kind of a crowd cheering or people standing in bleachers or stands or something along those lines. So that might resonate with someone, but do keep in mind, whenever I channel specific images, words, names, of course, these are meant to only connect with specific people. I'm getting a lot of admiration from both of these masculines right away. Again, it's that truly unconditionally loving kind of vibration and energy. So let's channel first into the first masculine coming through here. Okay, happy family in the reverse position. A lot of heaviness on the heart center of this first connection with this first masculine. The number 444 is coming out here for someone as well. I feel that there is a masculine here who has a lot of unconditional love for this feminine, but there is this, I hear someone saying like the pattern just keeps replaying itself. There's something about, by the way, there's a T name coming out here for someone. Something about a pattern that continues to repeat itself until it finally just weighs so heavily on the heart, getting tired of the same pattern. And it has something to do with delaying or pushing off a reconnection or a reunion state with each other. Like, it's this kind of one step forward, two steps back kind of energy with this masculine is what I'm picking up on here. There's also something about a little boy or a child. So I feel this could speak to this masculine's inner child. So I could be talking about a masculine who has a lot of challenging experiences from his childhood. By the way, when I use the terms masculine and feminine, I usually say this at the beginning, but these are not necessarily tied to a particular gender. These are referring to energy dynamics. So take it as it connects with you. I just want to be held, but I push people away, is what I feel this masculine saying. I keep people at arm's length. I feel this masculine really struggles with intimacy, with openness. And I also sense there could have been potential lying or deceit in this connection because of this. Because this masculine struggles to be fully vulnerable, to feel safe, being open, struggling to express that really intense unconditional love that he does feel for you, feminine, but it's lacking in the expression, if that makes sense. The word sands came out. So someone might live near a beach, or you may have spent time on the beach with this person, but also this could represent sand feeling like it's running through your fingers, or an hourglass filled with sand turned upside down. And I'm hearing someone say it almost just always feels like a matter of time. A matter of time before we disconnect again, because again, there's this pattern here and this desire on the part of the feminine when it comes to this connection to just break free. It's felt stuck in this loop for so long that although the love is there, the intense connectedness is there, there's also the desire I feel on the part of the feminine to let go, not because she wants to let go, but because she has to protect herself from a love that, although it's present and there energetically, isn't fully supporting her in her real-time daily reality. With fourth chakra in the upright position, it's like a feminine here who wants to go deeper, who wants to clear out these old patterns, who wants to expand her heart. And I feel for a long time she tried to do this with this particular masculine. But ultimately, again, this cycle just seemed to keep repeating itself with happy family reversed. And so in the end, I feel this feminine either choosing or contemplating the choice to kind of pull back a bit, to be a bit more guarded when it comes to this masculine. In spite of all of that intense, beautiful love energy flowing between them, it's like so much love, but the same repeated tired patterns is what I'm picking up that this feminine is feeling about this situation. So now I want to speak to the second masculine here. I'm hearing watching patiently. So I feel that either literally in the physical world, in the conscious reality, this second masculine is aware that this feminine is going through this situation with the first masculine, or if he's not aware of it consciously, he is aware of it energetically. I feel that both of these are very strong soul connections of some kind. So I'm really sensing we have here one high vibrational romantic soulmates and one twin flame. And it's almost as though these two masculines, the twin flame masculine and the high vibrational soulmates, are butting heads here, even though they may have not met in the physical world. It's like they are colliding with one another energetically. And ironically, they both want to protect you, feminine, here in this situation. They both feel a lot of love for you, and they both see the other here as a threat, of course, in this kind of 3D sort of way. And with adjacent possibilities reversed, they both want to win you over fully. They both want your hearts fully. I'm hearing they want to be the one that makes you close out all of your other options, that makes you exclusive with them. They see you as this prize, but the ironic thing is that first masculine, the confusing parts of that situation is, I feel that he had an opportunity to cause you, feminine, to close out these other options. In fact, you may have offered him that, but there's something about potentially his past in this lifetime, or just the way in which his energy moves. It's a very slow moving energy that leads to, with broken heart reversed, continual cycles of heartbreak, because there is this feeling of, I want things to be exclusive between us, but you aren't willing to fully let me in. I see this feminine like knocking on the door of this masculine's heart over and over, asking him to let her in fully. And it's like, although he feels a lot of emotion for her, this intense, unconditional love, and yes, there is some form of very intense soul connection there as well, he refuses to consistently leave that door open. He'll open it for a while and then he'll shut it again, which only leads this feminine, I'm hearing, spiraling out or more confused. And once again, there is this feeling of, yes, we have this soul bond, but we are also here to live this human experience. And here on earth in this life, I need to feel fully supported. I need to know that you, masculine, are going to be able to consistently keep that door open with me. This has the feeling of having been one-sided because of this, because this masculine, I'm hearing, learned selfishness. So he might come off as being self-oriented at times. But the reason I feel may have been this way, this won't be for everyone, but for some masculines, he may have had difficulty getting his needs met when he was dependent on caregivers as a child. Again, this won't be for everyone, but this may have led to this dynamic of always looking out for himself first and having trouble being able to rely on other people to support him, to be there for him, to accept him. And so again, this has led to continual cycles of heartbreak with this first masculine, which I feel, I'm hearing like divine intervention. I feel that this first masculine may have been a connection that has been going on for a longer period of time in this physical lifetime. Now, this won't be the case for everyone. I'm getting a name that starts with an M, by the way. And I feel like this second masculine is either someone, that feminine, you haven't met yet. For some of you, this could be a soul that you've been connecting with in dreams. And know that whether you've been connecting in dreams, whether you have sensed this other masculine soul energetically, intuitively, they are very quickly coming towards you. The difference between these two masculines is the first is a very slow moving kind of stuck energy because of those heavy heart and sacral blocks, whereas this second masculine is a very fast moving energy. In fact, I would go so far as to say these two people in the physical world, these two masculines, may actually appear to be very, very different or even opposites from one another in certain ways, because they have a very opposite energy about them. And yet at the same time, they both do share some kind of soul connection with you, feminine. So what is going on with this second masculine here? So again, this could be with this second masculine, someone you've been consciously connecting with in visions and dreams, or this could be someone that you are beginning to connect with in the physical world. But I do feel more of a freshness, more of a newness, and a faster moving energy about the connection with this second masculine. Door to spirits in the kind of midway position. So someone here is starting to realize something about this connection or about the other. I'm hearing mutually. So I feel that there is a feminine and this second masculine here who are both beginning to, again, there's this freshness, this newness about the situation, but they are beginning to realize something about one another or something about the bond they share at the unconscious level that is pulling them. There's this magnetism between them, this incredibly strong kind of pulling sensation. In fact, I feel that if you've physically been in the presence of this person, you might find yourself, like your physical body, actually being like pulled to them or drawn to them because there is this very, very intense pull between the two of you. I'm hearing that you called them in. This is very interesting. So I don't know who this is going to resonate with, but I feel that energetically, there is a feminine here who may have prayed for this masculine in the sense of she was really, really upset about or hurt by or confused by those old stuck patterns with the first masculine. And in those moments, she found herself longing for more, or even specifically longing for a new person to come into her life. But what she might not know is that this kind of calling out to each other was actually very mutual. I feel that this masculine was doing the same thing. It's like he was longing for this kind of connection. He was calling her in as well, whether he realized it or not. These two people, without knowing each other in this physical lifetime, manifested or are in the process of manifesting each other into their lives. So if you have met this person, this second masculine, your meeting with them was most likely very serendipitous. And if you haven't yet met them, you've been sensing that you're going to meet them very strongly, like this could have manifested itself as feeling actually a pull away from the first masculine. This could be that you found yourself feeling suddenly really sentimental or emotional, or feeling this strong sense of longing for someone that you haven't met yet. And these can all be signs that this second masculine is beginning to align with you in the physical world and is on his way into your life. But again, this also could be someone that you've already met. Regardless, though, there is this mutual manifestation of one another. There's this feeling of being the answer to each other's prayers in your darkest moments. And because of that, having called each other into your lives. But with strategy reversed, there's something very whimsical about this situation with the second masculine. I feel that it came completely spontaneously out of the blue. This could be a person who themselves is very spontaneous, is someone who doesn't like to plan very far into the future. And yet, when they see you, feminine, they can't help but see a future with you. There's also this feeling of not really having a plan on where this is going, this thing between the two of them, both beginning to recognize how intense this connection is, but really having no idea where it's going. I'm getting a J name for someone here also. Yeah, the Sun card in the upright position. So although neither party here from their physical human perspective knows exactly where this is going, I think that both people here sense that on the soul level, on the higher self level, their souls know this represents for them an opportunity for a fresh start, for a new beginning, both personally and, if they choose to do so, with one another in this connection. It's like, you are my new beginning. You are my new lease on life is what I'm getting. I feel like meeting this person again, whether it's happened or is going to happen soon in the future, feels just relieving, refreshing. It's this feeling of, oh, like there you are. I knew that you were out there somewhere. Which is a lot of intensity to be feeling already, because again, I sense that this connection may actually be fairly new. With the word hollow and cage coming out here, I feel that part of what this masculine has realized through meeting you, feminine, is that everything else, everyone else they've experienced in their life, especially romantically, just seems now hollow by comparison to you. And with the word cage, it's like they also feel like they've been in this self-imposed prison of their life, and it's like you've given them the keys. But what they don't realize, again, there's this theme of the feelings, these thoughts, feelings are so mutual, and yet at times neither party realizes just how mutual they are. But that feeling of, I was trapped in something and you gave me the keys to get out of it. And actually, I feel that that was the true purpose. The reason that you and this person both called each other into your lives was, yes, you were manifesting one another in that way, but also you were both trapped in something, trapped in some kind of loop of life, so to speak. And so you both gave each other the keys to break out of that kind of self-imposed jail. And for the feminine, I feel that for you, feminine, this self-imposed jail may have actually been this kind of spiral, this never-ending pattern of heartbreak with this first masculine, that this second masculine actually helped you to break free from, or to show you something different. Whereas for the masculine here, I feel that you, feminine, may have broken him out of himself, of his own old patterns, ways of thinking, hopelessness around love that he may have felt in the past. You showed each other that there's more available and out there for each of you, especially in regards to love. But now it's almost as though the two of you have an option, because that purpose has been served. You have broken each other out of that jail, so to speak, within yourselves. And now there is this feeling of, you have the free will here, the choice as to whether you are going to take each other's hand and move forward into this new beginning together, or whether you are going to ultimately end up parting ways. I feel that both of you sense that you're kind of at this decision point, at the soul level, so to speak, just kind of waiting to see how this unfolds. But if you were to choose to move forward together, I do see this representing a beautiful new chapter in life, a new beginning that you could potentially share with each other. Wow, so very intense messages coming through, and I'm going to be channeling a few final love messages from this second masculine here. But before I get into that, I do want to share with you that in addition to doing these readings, I do create subliminals. Now, subliminals are powerful audio meditations that are infused with binaural beat frequencies as well as unconscious affirmations. And the beautiful thing about this is because these affirmations are not clearly perceptible to the conscious mind, they're able to actually bypass the conscious filter of the minds and make deeper, more lasting impressions on the subconscious. And it's actually the subconscious mind that controls 95% of our thoughts, actions, and outcomes in life, because as we know, everything is energetically based first, and it's the subconscious that is directly reflected in our energy field. So if you've been resonating with this reading, I have created a 7 chakra clearing subliminal meditation. This is really powerful for fully reconnecting you with your true power, your worth, and your deservingness of attracting everything that you desire in all areas of your life. And the way it works is by clearing out any negative or limiting beliefs that you might be storing in any of the 7 main energy centers in the body. So this 7 chakra clearing comes from my website, soundandsoulful.com. So as you can see on the screen, on this website, I've created over 100 subliminals for all areas of life. So I have subliminals for physical appearance changes, for mood shifts, for money and business success, for mind power, for love and relationships. And you can actually combine any of these subliminals into your own custom private playlist when you create a free trial account on my website. So again, the link to more information on this 7 chakra clearing is in the pinned comments and description box under this video. But let's go ahead and close this reading by sharing just a few final love messages from this masculine. So what does this masculine want to say to the feminine here? Forgiving and learning. As you release and heal the past, you experience more love in your present moments. So I really feel here this masculine calling the feminine to let go of past people or situations that have been weighing her down. If I'm being completely honest, this masculine is definitely saying to the feminine, I want you to let go of that masculine from your past who has not been treating you with the kind of love, affection, attention, support that you deserve. But again, I feel this is very unspoken. This is definitely coming from a higher self level. And of course, the final card, waiting. In fact, I feel this masculine saying, what I have with you is so different and so intense, and I'm so grateful just for having met you, having had the opportunity to know you. And I recognize this with the card soul connection coming out as a soul connection, even if I don't know exactly what that entails or means. And I feel all of that so strongly that I am willing to wait for you. I'm willing to wait for you to sort all of this out and to hopefully move forward with me into this next chapter of our life. We could create something so magnificent, so beautiful, so freeing together with each other. And I really feel this masculine calling you, feminine, to that, if that is something that you also desire. So I really hope this reading reached whoever needed to hear it at this time. I will be leaving a link to that 7 chakra clearing supplemental in the pinned comments and description box. And again, you can try out any supplementals I've created for free when you create a free trial account on my websites. Otherwise, I hope you have a wonderful, beautiful rest of your day, and I will talk to you again in the next reading.